all these years. This was an emotional outburst, and I think I deserved it, I said with a faint smile. I was so scared I was going to lose you. I didn't know you were sick. If I had known, I would have never treated you like that, she said in between sobs. I turned to my parents, surprised. Sick? What does she mean, sick? I asked with great difficulty. My parents were panicking. My dad said, Elsie is referring to you passing out. You're sick now, but you'll be fine soon, and turned to my sister. Isn't that what you meant, Elsie? He asked. Stuttering, she replied, Right. When I said sick, I meant you passed out. I felt so depleted that I couldn't keep myself awake any longer. I closed my eyes. I fell asleep immediately. The next day, they released me from the hospital. After that, everything was awesome. Elsie completely transformed. My parents kept favoring me over her, but my sister had no problem with it anymore. I thought she must be feeling bad for what she'd done and started treating me really well to make up for it. Then, I woke up in the middle of the night. As I was walking to the bathroom, I remembered this dream that I'd had. I was in a hospital room. I was so scared I was going to lose you. I didn't know that you were sick. If I had known, I would have never treated you like that, Elsie was saying to me. At that moment, I had an epiphany. This wasn't a dream. Elsie had really told me all that, and she panicked afterwards because she wasn't supposed to say it. My dad tried to cover Elsie's mistake. When we had that conversation, I wasn't fully conscious yet. That's why when I first remembered it, I thought it had been a dream. Of course it wasn't. My sister obviously had found out that I was sick, and she had let it slip. But what was my disease? How could I find out? Could I discover something my dad studied? I wasn't sure, but it was worth a try. I tiptoed my way to my dad's study. Everyone was asleep, so I could take my time searching the whole room. I searched Dad's desk drawers one by one. There was nothing about me there. My dad also had a big file cabinet. I rummaged in its drawers, but none of those files were about me. My dad was a lawyer, so he had a big bookshelf full of law books. There was nowhere else to search, so I started looking through the books on the shelf. I saw a book titled Living with the Debole Syndrome. It caught my attention because it wasn't a book about law. I picked it up and flipped through its pages. Whoever had read this book had highlighted some places and taken notes in the margins. My heart started racing. This was my dad's handwriting. On one page, he wrote, "Symptom frequently observed in Maya." On another page, he highlighted some sentences and then noted, "We need to protect Maya from these." So what exactly was this Debole syndrome? I turned over the book. When I read the descriptions on the back cover, it all became clear. The Debole syndrome was a rare genetic disease. If someone had been diagnosed with this disease, they had to stay away from stress. Because when they're exposed to a high-stress situation, their body shuts their brain down, just like a computer. And this would cause the person to suddenly pass out and lose consciousness. This was exactly what happened to me when Elsie dumped all those eggs over me. That night, I found out that I was suffering from Debole syndrome. All this time, Elsie and I had been thinking that our parents were playing favorites, but the truth was different. I wasn't their favorite kid. My parents were trying to protect me from getting stressed. They tried hard to keep me happy because they knew my body would shut my brain down in high stress and upsetting situations. After I found out about my disease, I was both sad and happy. On one hand, I was sad because I was sick and had to struggle with this condition all my life. On the other hand, I was happy because my family wasn't discriminating between their children. There's only one issue left. Should I tell my parents and Elsie that I know about my disease? Would it make the situation better or worse if I told them? I need your help with this. I'd appreciate it if you could write your thoughts in the comments.